All right, I'm back again. So this just came upon me here as I was sitting and pondering about things, about what's happening in the world right now, my friends, guys and girls, whoever comes across this. This is my message to you all. If you are working on your spiritual development right now, your spiritual growth, if you're trying to improve yourself in any meaningful way, because you understand how important that is, not only for yourself, but for everything else in this world, including what is happening in the world right now, which is what I wanted to drive home here right now. I am not going to talk about exactly what's happening because we all know what is going on. It's kind of hard not to know because it's all over the place. And we all carry these devices within us, and it's going to pop in there at some point, one way or another, even if we're not looking at things like that. You know what I'm talking about. The reason why I don't want to talk about it specifically and directly like that is because I refuse to give my energy to whatever is going on out there right now. I will not acknowledge these things because these things are not a part of me. They may be a part of who I used to be once upon a time, but that's not who I am anymore. I do not give my energy to these things. I do not allow these things to affect me in any way, shape, or form. And if you're anywhere similar to me, some semblance, somehow, if you're resonating with what I'm talking about here, I highly recommend and suggest that you do the same. Because I don't want any one of us that is tuned into these things that I've been talking about for a while here, wants to have anything to do with anything that is sort of unfolding out there right now. I refuse to be a part of this world. That's not the world I am going to be a part of. That's not what I have envisioned for myself and for everybody else on this planet. And you all should do the same. There's a lot of energies out there at play right now that are really trying desperately, really hard to cling on to this old way, this old system that does not benefit anybody but a few who have been pulling the strings for so long. They know the game is up. They know the light is winning. They know they can't keep going on forever like this. Their days are numbered. That's an undeniable fact. This is how I see it. This is how I feel about it. So don't allow that type of thing to bother you in any meaningful way. If you come across information like that, there's a firefly just sitting here. Well, it's not a firefly, it's a... I forgot the name of the bug. That's interesting. See, that's a sign, guys. That's a sign. Almost broke my line of thought. There it goes. Yeah, don't let that stuff bother you. It shouldn't. Because people like us, we're not aligned to that type of energy anymore. That's in the past. What we want to see for this world is that bright future that's right ahead of us, and we know what that is, and we know what's that gonna look like. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I know about myself. The picture that I want to see, the picture that I have in my mind, in my heart, deep within my soul, is one of prosperity, abundance, and world peace for everyone. And I'm not gonna let any of these exterior outside energies bother me or influence me in any way, shape, or form, because I have detached myself from that reality at this point. That's not what I am going to be a part of. That's not what I am a part of. Even if it's happening somewhere out there right now, it's not my problem. I'm not thinking about it. The only reason why I'm making this video is because I wanted to just, tell you all how I personally feel about this, and how everyone who is actually serious about self-developing and self-understanding, self-growth in any way, don't pay attention to this stuff. These are just distractions. That's all that is. The people in control know that the game is up. And that's the reason why all these things are happening now. But we're winning, folks. Don't let that stuff fool you. We're winning. Things are changing rapidly. And this is the biggest sign that changes, are happening very rapidly. Because when this kind of thing starts happening, it shows you how desperate the control system is. But I am not going to be a part of this. I don't acknowledge it. I simply do not. And I advise and recommend you to do the same. Spend your time, energy, and focus on yourself more than you ever have. Because by doing that, you're only going to help speed up the process of healing that is much needed, not only for yourself, but for everything and everybody else out there. This is what we need to do. This is what we signed up to come here to do. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be doing what I am doing. It's going to be different for everyone. But you know within yourself, or you're in the process of figuring that out right now, what it is that you should be doing to play your role and play your part. Just understand that this is a group effort. Work. We need to do this together. The more that we get doing this, the better the end result is going to be, the faster things will change. For the better. For certain. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever. So don't let these distractions out there fool you and, take you out of your own life path and stuff like that. Because that's all that's there for. Just understand that on a deep level. This whole stuff that's happening out there right now, this is a reflection of the entire collective of the planet. But that does not include you. And I'm talking about generally speaking here. Because there's this small group of us that we're not a part of this. We understand that we have already moved on from this old paradigm that is desperately trying to cling on to itself. We create our own new paradigm now. We have shifted in such a way that we can feel it not only within our hearts, our souls, our minds, but on every blood cell and atom of our bodies, our physical vessels. You have to understand that. I know I do. I don't know about you. I would most certainly hope so. Because that's what we are here for, after all. And there are more and more of us coming in now. There are younger ones out there. So like I said, this is a group effort. Don't pay attention to these little details of all this, conflicts and confusions that are going on out there. That is a reflection of most of the collective that is still living in this state of confusion, state of doubt, state of fear about themselves and their own lives. So obviously, this is going to reflect the majority of the collective, which does not include the minority, which is us. But just because we are a minority doesn't mean we cannot help speed up the process of this change that we want to see. Because change will always come from within first before it can manifest on an external level, outwards, outside of yourself. That is how the universe works. That is how the universe has always worked. So the same way that there is this delay within the time, like I spoke on my last video, of your brain processing and perceiving things, it works the same way when you're trying to change stuff. That's how it goes. That doesn't necessarily mean that things aren't changing and things aren't getting better. So stay focused on that vision, on what you feel is right, what you want to see, what you want to be a part of. Because I, for one, most certainly do know that I am not a part of this collective that's in this state of confusion, state of fear, state of doubt, anxiety, or any of these other lower feelings and emotions that most people love to dwell in and live in. I've been there, and I chose to come out of it. And that is why I am here right now talking to you guys about this stuff. Because I understand. We all go through that at some point in stage of our lives. That doesn't mean that we have to be there forever. We have a choice here. And the choice is clear. I don't know about you. I know about me. For me, the choice is very clear. That's not debatable. I want to be a part of a better world. I have no doubt in my mind, my heart and my soul. And that's what I am going to do. That's what I am doing. That's what I've been doing for a while now. That's why I have this faith that things are getting better, even if you don't perceive it that way, because I do. And my intuition has been spot on for a while now. And this is all I wanted to speak about on this specific subject. You know, deep down inside, better than anyone, which world they want to be a part of. Most people are inherently good by nature from the day that they're born, even if they're not aware of that fact. That's what's beautiful about being a human being. And with that said, I love you all. And I will catch you all on the next one. Take care, guys.